said I couldn't record, but I accidentally did. Hello, my treasure. Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're gonna go over day 4 and day 5 of my visit to Tokyo. Day 4 was the day after I went to Disney Tokyo. I was still a bit sore in my feet, but it was okay because I did have a good night's sleep and also I didn't have to wake up very early. I did wake up at around 8 a.m. and I thought, you know what, let's go to the convenience store and get me some food. So I went to the convenience store, got some very nice chocolate breads and enjoyed them. And also I thought, you know what, I still have some time before the activity for that day. And I went looking for a supermarket. So I found the Seiyu supermarket only like 10 minutes away from where my hotel was. And I went on a shopping spree because I had to take back lots and lots of nice goodies for myself and mostly for my kids. And there they had lots and lots of nice goodies. So I stocked up very much because it was also very quiet in the store. I could easily get everything that I needed. And then I walked outside the Seiyu supermarket. And then on my right side, I suddenly saw, which I had been looking for quite some time now, I saw Sunshine City. And I was like, wait a minute, that's where I need to go. Because that is where the biggest capsule toy store is located at. So I thought, okay, let's go in there. So off I went into Sunshine City. And on the second floor, I saw, oh my gosh, the biggest queue ever for the Pokemon Center. Because there was a special Pokemon event happening there. And people were just lining up there. And it was around 8:30 a.m. and the Pokemon Center would not open until 10 a.m. But at 8:30 a.m. there was already a very long queue standing in front of the Pokemon Center. Everybody was just standing perfectly in line to wait for whatever special event was happening at that time. And I also saw the Pokemon Go trainer displays and some other Pokemon beautifully standing there. And I thought, you know, let's take some pictures and let's film some stuff and let's try to not be, you know, like too much touristy. But I was over the moon, right? Because I did play a long time Pokemon Go. So seeing those displays was amazing. And, you know, I really wanted to play it again. But I was like, no. I'm here for other stuff, okay? I should not restart again. I'm still level 41 or whatever. Because everything was not opening yet before 10 a.m. I thought, you know what? Let's drop off my stuff in the hotel and return just before 10 a.m. so that I could also go to the biggest capsule toy store. And actually, when I returned there at 9:45, it was already open and I entered my heaven. Well, let me be honest. I had already seen, of course, in Harajuku and in Shinjuku, a lot of capsule toy stores. And when I entered there, one of the things that it was overwhelming, right? And it was very busy. Let me tell you, one of the activities that I was going to do this day actually also meant that a lot of people were free because it was the Emperor's birthday. A lot of people are actually free on that day. So it was very busy already before opening time. And they were also having a lot of special events happening there. And there was also a special Ichiban Kuji event. And I wanted to do some of those lotteries, but the lines, they were so long that I thought, you know, I have to go. I have to meet up my coworker at 11:30. So I'm not gonna make it. I'm just gonna have a look around the capsule toys and see if I can find some, you know, rare to find capsule toys. And this is where actually it was kind of disappointing for me because the capsule toys that I saw there, and I went through all 3,000, okay? Let me tell you that. I went back and forth, and behind the mirror there was more. And most of them were repeats, right? You could find from the most recent ones, you could find, I think, around 10 machines which had the same capsule toys in there. So yes, that's how you can fill 3,000 capsule machines. if you only list the same ones. And most of them were from the latest wave, right? So from everything that was released in January and in February. But if you wanted to find something which was released prior to January, so December, November, October 2023, it wasn't there. I did find those in the other cap stores, but I couldn't find them actually in that big capsule toy store, the biggest one in Japan, because they were carrying mostly the latest capsule toys, which for me was kind of disappointing because I thought, you know, like, hey, I can get some of the older ones because the newer ones I can also get later on. No, there were hardly any of them. And the ones that were older, most of them had the red label on it, which said sold out. Boo-hoo-hoo, crying. One of them was the Blue Lock cake pieces. Later on, I found them again. But you'll see that in a Blue Lock video. I did manage to find still some capsule toys from Hirugaru Sky, specifically the Sky Tones that I wanted. And in 2 pulls, I actually got the 2 Sky Tones that I still needed. And because, of course, it was a very huge store, time flew by so fast and I had to get back to my hotel. Because the one thing that my coworker wanted to do that day, and she said, you know, take your whole day, plan your whole day for this, is she wanted to go to the Emperor Palace and she wanted to sign the birthday book. Yes, I know, how touristy can you get? But she was like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. We need to get there on time. So the signing of the book actually happens already in the early morning. And that is also when the Emperor is on the balcony. But the early morning session are only for people who have entered into a lottery and got a special ticket to already sign the book. At 12:30, you could actually stand in line and sign the book without having that lottery entry. So we wanted to do that part. Actually, my coworker wanted to do that part. She wanted to be there at least half an hour before it would open. So we went to Tokyo Station again because the Emperor Palace is very near Tokyo Station. We went to Tokyo Station and we just followed Google Maps saying this way to the Emperor Palace. And along the way, we actually saw already policemen standing there, and there were some guidelines, but there was not a lot of guidelines, and it wasn't very busy. Actually, there was hardly anybody there, so I was debating, are we in the right place? Do we need to be here? So I was looking up everything. I'm like, okay, I guess it's here. And then just before you could enter one of the first gardens, there were policemen standing there saying, hey, you have to wait here until 12:30 and then you can walk towards the Emperor Palace. So we waited there for around 30 minutes and then on the dot at 12:30, the policeman said we could go. But we were standing way in front. There was during that half an hour, a queue started to form behind us. Most of them, well, I think it was 50% were local people and 50% were tourists, just like my coworker and myself. So we thought, are we in front of the queue? Or is there already a queue happening somewhere there? But oh well. Then we had to go through security. They checked our bags. If you had any liquids in your bag, you had to drink it in front of the security guard. So you didn't have to throw it away, but you had to drink it so that you could show that it was not something poisonous. And then you could take your water bottle with you. If you had a closed water bottle, it was also fine, then you didn't have to drink it. And then off we went, and then we had to stand in 3 lines behind a dude who was gonna escort us into the area where you could sign the book. So I stood in one line, and just in the other line, my coworker stood. And again, we were almost completely at the beginning. And we were thinking, really, are we going to be the first ones? And then we entered the signing area and we were one of the first ones to actually sign in the midday the greeting book. So it was not a book. It was like a flyer. And I guess those flyers they put inside a book. And there you would just put your name and the country where you're from. Or if you were local, you would put there from which prefecture you were from. And then we signed the book and then we went away again. And then we were like, okay, is this it? Because 10 minutes later, we were done with it. And we thought, oh, but aren't we allowed to view any of the gardens? But you were, after that, allowed to view by yourself, not a guided tour, the garden. So you had to walk the other route and follow some of the signage. And then you could walk around one part of the gardens there. And it was really pretty. Even though it was raining buckets, we could still view lots and lots of things in the garden. And we saw also a sakura tree in full bloom, which, you know, it wasn't even the season. And we took lots of pictures in that garden. And we walked around, I think, for almost 2 hours. We were actually done because we had planned half the day to get to signing the book, but it was done very fast. So we returned again to Ikebukuro and we went to Sunshine City and got some nice food there. I got dessert, she got a omurice type of thingy. And we played some arcade games there. We also played Gem Pushers there. And let me tell you, she likes the Gem Pusher game. She doesn't like the crane games, but she likes the Gem Pusher games. And then after we were done with playing the arcade games, my coworker really wanted to do karaoke. And we saw a round one there near our hotel. And we thought, round one has karaoke. And we went there and it was kind of difficult to get stuff there organized because nobody speaks English. It's called round one. A lot of things are in English except for ordering karaoke. But in the end, we figured out how to order karaoke and we were able to do karaoke and we sang the night away. And that was basically how our 4th day ended. Day 5th, which was the Saturday, the sky was blue. It was perfect. There was no rain, nothing. It was even almost warm and our spirits lifted up, even though I don't mind the rain, right? But having this nice weather after 2 days of rain was a very welcome occurrence. And before we went, of course, on our merry way, we went past a donut shop called Mr. Donut and they sell the most delicious donuts ever. So I got myself a donut and girl, let me tell you, it was delicious. I could survive on those donuts. And then we went to one of the parks where you had temples and all this kind of things and cans and barrels of wine. It was very pretty. It was again very touristy. but we were there very early, so there weren't a lot of people there yet. So it was really nice. I just like walking in the park, right? I don't really care for all the touristy things. I did take some pictures, right, so that you can see, look how pretty it is. Me and nature, we have an understanding, right? I just walk through nature and nature doesn't come into my house. I don't stay too long in nature. We understand each other, right? I mean, I don't want to hurt nature by being there too much. I just quickly want to walk through you, enjoy you a bit, and then be on my merry way. But of course, my coworker, she is the 100% touristy type, so she had to take pictures of everything. Everything! And once we had taken all the pictures in that particular area, we went off to our merry way to Odaiba because she wanted to also take the picture of the, you know, like fake Statue of Liberty, and also from the Gundam statue which was there, and some other, the Rainbow Bridge and all those kind of, again, very touristy things. I like the Gundam statue, by the way, but I was like, you know, I'm not gonna travel all the way just to see one Gundam statue, right? I've watched a lot of Gundam Wing in my time, so I know how mecha works. But of course, I needed to humor her, right? So I went along and we arrived, and then there was this whole row of cherry blossom trees there when we entered Odaiba, and there was, you know, like a very big shopping mall, and I wanted to go into the shopping mall, but she just wanted to take pictures of that very long row of sakura blossoms, and I couldn't take it anymore, so I just went into the convenience store because I was like, okay, I've seen enough nature for now. So I went in the convenience store just thinking, you know, like, I'm just gonna grab something nice, and there I saw 2 Ichiban Kujis, one for Rowan Kenshin and one for Spy X Family, and I thought, you know what? I need some more keychains, so let's play that lottery. So off I went to my merry way to play that lottery. And if you have seen my random merchandise haul from Japan, you will know that I was, you know, not lucky with the Spy X Family. I got nice stuff, right? But I was very lucky with the Roran Kenshin one because I got the B prize. The B prize is now standing very nice with my mom because she also really liked the old school Rowan Kenshin. We watched that way back when it first started. But then I had, you know, like this really big box. And she came and she's like, hey, oh my God, why did you buy that? I said, no, I want it. I didn't buy it. I wanted those small blind bag keychains, but I got the B prize. Even the lady at the cash register there, she was just so shocked. She was like, no way, because it was a brand new lottery when I was there. They hadn't sold any tickets yet. So the fact that I won on the first try already the B prize was like, oh no, how does this happen? In convenience stores, they only have this, you know, like iffy plastic bags. I thought, okay, I need to get somewhere a bigger bag. And my coworker went off to take more pictures, and I said, hey, I see a Toys R Us there. I'm gonna go in that Toys R Us. They will most definitely have big bags. So I went into Toys R Us, and this is of course what always happens when you go into a toy shop, when you love toys. You don't go in there just buying a bag, right, to put your figure in there. No. You end up buying lots of other stuff again. So I bought lots of other stuff again. Mostly bath bombs, by the way, because they had, you know, like a sale on bath bombs. And I love these bath bombs with mini figurines in there. They also had the bath bomb where you can go fishing for Pokemon. So I also got that one. And there were some pretty cure items that I also wanted to get. And there was just so much happening there. So I got lots of stuff from all different kind of things. And I thought, oh no, I should have not gone in there. I should have just gone into a different store where they would not sell cute stuff. And then once I paid, the first thing I saw after the cash register was a Hello Kitty popcorn machine. And I thought, oh yay, I need to do that too. So off I went to the Hello Kitty popcorn machine and I broke it. This is always what happens, right? Whenever I see fun stuff, I break it. I don't know why, but I just break it. So after the store worker came back and, you know, like fixed it, I got 2 bags of popcorn for the price of 1. I didn't need 2 bags. It was like, and there was no trash can because Japan doesn't do trash cans. I don't know why. Still don't know why. I got my popcorn and I went on my merry way and I took a picture of that fake Statue of Liberty. I've I've seen the real Statue of Liberty, right? I've been there. I flew over with a helicopter there. So why did I have to see the fake one? I saw the real one. But oh well, you know, it's the same with, you know, like Tokyo Tower. I saw the Eiffel Tower. Why do I need to see the replica of it? I saw it. It was very pretty. There was a very pretty view because also the weather was nice. So I took some pictures of the pretty view and of that fake Statue of Liberty. And then my coworker returned and we had some free time. On this day, it was Saturday. We were also gonna do Mario Karting and my anxiety was, you know, going overdrive because I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I gonna drive on a go-kart without a helmet, without protective gear through the middle of Tokyo? Why? Why would I do that? What? I don't have a midlife crisis, okay? I'm very happy with my life. I've always been happy with my life. And I don't want to change anything in my life. So why? Why did I say yes a couple of months ago? But I still had some time, okay? Before my doom was there. I thought, you know what? Akihabara is very close by Odaiba. So I got off at Akihabara and my coworker, I think she went, I don't know, somewhere. I don't know where she went. She went doing something touristy, okay? I know Akihabara is also touristy, but it's touristy with the things that I like. So off I went to Akihabara. And there I went into the Kotobukiya store. I went to Amiyami. I also went to the Animate store there. And I did see a BL cafe there, but you had to pre-register for that, so I couldn't do that one. I did find some Blue Lock merchandise there, which I was very, very happy with because it was the Blue Lock X Sanrio merchandise. Because Akihabara was just so busy. It's mind blown how busy that is. Okay, I've went to all the stores that I want to go to and there was nothing there. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go to the meeting place for the Mario Kart and, you know, try to not hyperventilate. So I was there at the meeting place and I was waiting. My coworker was still stuck somewhere. So actually she was almost the one being late. And I thought, you know, if she's late, then we don't have to do the Mario Kart because I don't want to do it. And then we came there and then I found it very, very sketchy there. I don't know why. It was a proper store, right? But I don't know. It gave me Yakuza vibes. It gave me Yakuza vibes, Mafia vibes. It was like, okay, I don't want to be here, coworker. It's giving me kind of iffy vibes, right? And also there you could buy additional insurance because if you would crash the car, then you had to pay, I don't know, 50,000 yen. And I was like, and you could pay for extra insurance. And I was like, yeah, just give me the extra insurance. I don't care. I don't want to mess with the mafia there. I'm sorry. Okay. They were very, very nice. Most of them were Japanese, but some of them were foreigners who also spoke, of course, Japanese, but most definitely foreigners. And it felt, like I said, they were nice and they were friendly, but it was giving me kind of really iffy vibes. We booked this, by the way, through Klook, and they got very high reviews. But me just being Dutch, you know, I have, and I've worked, you know, like night shifts, and I've seen lots and lots of sketchy people, which I'm not going to talk about because then they're going to hunt me down. I've met lots of sketchy people, and this felt kind of bit sketchy, okay? So then, once we were there and we paid for the extra insurance, we had to select our outfits. And I just didn't want to wear an outfit. I was like, where's my protective gear, okay? I'm driving on the road without protective gear. And then I thought, oh, maybe we're only driving, you know, like 10 miles an hour or, you know, like 20 kilometers an hour. So same as like an e-bike. So you should wear a helmet, but it's not, you know, you can't survive a crash if you know, go at that speed and your skin doesn't peel off, you know, when you fall off. So I thought, you know, okay, maybe that's the reason why I don't have to wear a helmet and I don't have to wear real protective gear. My coworker went in a Pikachu outfit. I was like, okay, fine, I'll put on a Hello Kitty outfit. So I put on a Hello Kitty outfit because I thought, you know what? If I'm gonna die, at least I'm gonna die, you know, cute. And then they explained the mechanics of the go-kart. Let me tell you, my anxiety went through the roof there. Like, there were so many things that they were explaining. And I was like, wait a minute. We're driving on the other side of the road here, right? It's not the right side, it's the left side. I'm like, I've never driven on the left side. I mean, I've been to the UK, but I've never driven there, right? I've walked on the left side and I've passed on the left side. And the past couple of days, of course, I walked on the left. I never drove on the left side. I was like, yeah, no, this is gonna go great. So they explained everything about the thing, and I was like, I was cursing at my coworker at this point in time. I was just like, you know what? I hate you. I hate you to hell and back. I do not never want to talk to you again. I don't want to do this. I want to stop. I don't want to do this. And she was like, oh, come on. Don't be such a wimp. I'm not a wimp, okay? I did bungee jumping. I did all the craziest things. But I'm 40, okay? I have kids. I have a mom. I need to survive. I have responsibilities, okay? I'm not 20 anymore. And I don't have adult kids. So I was like, you know what? I understand. You're single, okay? You're 30. Nobody, you know, your parents are gonna miss you, but nobody else is gonna miss you, okay? Nobody depends on you. I have a family that depends on me. I need to come back alive, and I'm 40, okay? So I was giving all kinds of excuses, which are not, by the way, excuses, okay? All you people who have midlife crises, I really don't understand this, okay? I'm sorry. I just don't understand it. You should have done all those things when you were 20. Okay, just party, do the weirdest stuff ever, right? I mean, at that point in time, your parents don't care about you anymore because, you know, they've raised you until you were an adult, so they done their job. You don't have kids yet at that age, so you're free for the world and you're free to die, right? Because nobody cares if you die at that age. Your parents might care, but oh well. But that's the time when you do these crazy type of things, right? You don't do it when you have kids back at home and, you know, people depending on you. But yeah, you know what? I did it anyway. Because, you know, I thought I only live once. Then I'm gonna survive this. And how bad can it be, right? It's only 20 kilometers an hour, 10 miles an hour. So how bad can this be? It was hell, okay? Let me tell you that. Because before we started, they asked, you know, like, okay, who wants to go fast and who doesn't want to go fast? And I was like, I don't want to go fast, okay? I want to go grandma slow. I want to be walking cane slow. I want, you know, people on the sidewalk to just walk past me. That's how slow I wanted to go. And my coworker said, I want to go fast. And I said, no, I don't want to go fast. And then they said, okay. And some people said, oh yeah, I want to go fast. And two other that was so funny, right? We were paired up with another gay couple. We were paired up with a gay couple from the US. And they said, well, we don't mind going slow or going fast. And then we were put in a group, the four of us, and another four were put in the fast group. So we were asked to enter our vehicles first. And we were like, wait a minute, but shouldn't the fast group go first? And I was like, oh, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know, okay? And then we were put in these doom buggies. I'm gonna call them doom buggies, okay? And then, you know, they were like, start your engine. And I was on the second place, right? So the two gay dudes were in front of me, and then me and my coworker were on the second row. And they explained to you that once you're driving, you drive, you know, like behind each other. So I was the third one in line. And when you're near a stoplight, you stand 2 and 2. So then I was on the second row. And they would, you know, signal it with their fingers, you know, like 1 row, 2 rows, and it would be okay. So I thought, okay, how bad can this be, right? And then that dude went off. As in, he went 60 kilometers an hour. Okay, let me tell you. In Japan, on those streets, you can only drive 50 kilometers an hour. He drove 60. He drove 70. And we had to keep up, of course, with that, because or else we would get lost. So he went off, and the other two gay dudes were like, okay, let's go. And I was like, wait a minute, this is not grandma speed. Why are we going so fast? We're the slow group. We're the granny group. What is happening here? right? And let me tell you, like, Dutch roads are perfect, right? They're smooth and they're very nice, well kept. I love my Dutch roads, right? The moment you go into Belgium or France or even Germany on those roads, you're like, my poor little car, it's getting hurt. Well, it's worse in Tokyo, okay? In the inner city of Tokyo. Yeah, we drove through Shibuya, Shinjuku, all those Tokyo Tower, everywhere. Those roads were horrible, really bumpy. I felt like the Dukes of Hazzard most of the time because I thought I was being launched all the time. There were these potholes in there, and I was like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. So the first 15 minutes, I thought, you know, like, I became religious right there off the back. I prayed to all the gods, goddesses, and whatever. I was like, you know, I'm religious suddenly. Please save me. I even prayed, you know, like, to the demons below. I was like, you know, I'd rather do your torment than do this. Just save me. Because we were driving 60, 70 kilometers, which was, I think, like 50 miles an hour. No protective gear, no helmet, next to all the other cars. Okay, next to all the other cars. I was like, I'm dying here. Next to trucks, next to everything. I was like, I'm gonna die. This is gonna be the end of me. But after 15 minutes, I finally got the hang of it. So I understood, you know, how I could accelerate better, how I could, you know, better spot how the roads was working. I finally understood the stoplights, right? Because I was like, is that a red light for me, or is that a red light for them? Or do I need to stop? Do I need to go? What do I do? Finally, after 15 minutes, I finally understood everything. So after that, it was actually pretty nice. And that dude just kept on driving very, very fast, right? Every time when we were at the stoplight, the chick which was riding on that dude's back was taking pictures or filming stuff and asked us to do all kinds of poses that we were happy. Again, the first 15 minutes, I was not happy, okay? I tried to smile because, you know, you always try to smile for a picture, but I was not happy. I was very, very, very much scared and angry and everything. But after a while, it became fun, okay? And the most fun part is, I think they were laughing at us, right? Because we're silly tourists. But a lot of people were waving at us and were saying hi and that was nice. It was nice, but it was also hell. That was nice. It was also. Would I recommend this? No, I would not recommend this. It's not safe. Okay, it was fun in the end, right? So we took 1.5 hours, and like I said, the first 15 minutes I didn't like it. But the remainder of the time, it was actually fun. But I also felt kind of like bad because, I don't know, driving in the city center in these doom buggies. And we really paid attention to the traffic. We were not hindering any traffic. And let me tell you, people in Japan, they drive very, very nice. And they are very considerate. Also, I guess because of that, this is possible. But I don't know. It felt off, right? It felt like something that, yeah, it's because my coworker wanted to do this, but I would never would have done this. It felt wrong. It felt something like, you know, you do this in an amusement park. You don't do this in the city center of Tokyo. After the adrenaline that I got from that trip, we went into the shopping district there in Shinjuku, and I found a lottery again, a cinnamon lottery there. And I thought, you know what, let's play 3 times the cinnamon lottery. And I saw that there were only 5 tickets left. And I thought, I'm gonna buy it out because I'm gonna get the last prize. And I didn't know which prizes were left, right? Because they didn't hang up the poster like which prizes had already been won. It just said we have the cinnamon roll. We have the cinnamon roll lottery. So I thought, you know, I'm gonna buy it out. And how big can that last prize be? It was huge. And I also won some other big items. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna fit this in my suitcase. And then I went to McDonald's because I was just craving regular fries. And the fries at McDonald's in Japan, oh my gosh, you have salt and you have, I don't know what this was. There was more salt than fry. It was so salty that I finished my drink in one sip because of the salt. But then again, you know, I just needed some food, right? I was hungry. I had already done so many things on that day that I was like, you know what? I'm just happy that I have some food and some drinks and I'm done. And then my coworker didn't want to end the day. She said, let's go do some karaoke. So we went back to round 1 again because now we had to figure out how we could order karaoke. So we didn't need help anymore from the staff, which of course didn't speak any English, so they were not helpful in that way. We were able to order karaoke ourselves. And also, we were able to order some really nice food there. So I got the melon float. Oh my gosh, I'm addicted to melon float. It's so delicious. I love it. And I got this ice cream cake, which, oh my gosh, delicious. And the prices, oh, it was so cheap. Even if you would do a one-on-one conversion, it was still hella cheap. That was an amazing end of day 5 of my trip in Tokyo. Check back in for my final 2 days in Tokyo and also for a dedicated Teams Lab video because I also went to Teams Lab. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I say miss you, love you, bye bye!